Hello, amigos. Welcome back to us. I'm back with another episode 10 of The Gift of the Gab. You're listening to us. Yes, that's what you're doing. Um, and yeah, actually, before we start, follow us everywhere, BT Small Talk. I know we usually say it at the end, but maybe you'll remember at the beginning. BT Small Talk on all social media. And yeah, you get a little more insight into us. But yeah, let's jump right into it. How you been?
I've been delightful.
Why are you changing it now? I like the old one.
Do you not realize every week I come with something new?
Yeah. What about? Okay. What's been so delightful about this week?
What has been delightful? Just me being here has been delightful. I'm still alive.
That is a reason to be happy. That is especially in 2020. You don't know what could happen.
I know 2020. Oh,
yeah, it is definitely a reason to be happy.
That's a whole book in the history book. A whole book in the history? Yeah, a whole book in the history book.
A whole book in the history.
Normally like the years are like a small chapter, but I'm almost certain there's gonna be a whole book. Just so much going on.
Oh. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think definitely I've got myself into a very awkward position how I'm sitting right now. I don't know if you could see the video right now. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait.
I tried to make you more comfortable, and in the end, made myself less comfortable. I'm going to be comfortable like this.
No, you're not.
I will.
Okay.
I'll reshuffle myself if needs be, but I was realizing that position was leaving you far away. But well, back again.
Do you know what you look like? You look like, what is that game when there's like spots on the floor?
Oh, Twister.
That's what you look like you were playing.
The floor wasn't made for
me. Without the spots.
Yeah, the floor wasn't made for me. I should bring the bean bag. That's what I should do. I probably won't. You have the one downstairs. I should have probably sound that. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Ask me about my week.
Oh, sorry. How was your week, Ben?
My week was okay, but the highlight of it was Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
I finished work, and I'm on holiday, guys.
Oh, do you know what I thought you were going to say?
Talk about my car?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, oh, I waxed
I can talk about my car. I did. She's called Lexi, for those of you who don't know.
None of them know.
And, well, now you know. And I gave her a little TLC. She's been missing my attention for some time. So I had a couple hours with her. Washed her down, massaged her, wax on, wax off, as they say.
Excuse
Did a
me?
couple of little mods to her, just a little bit here and there. I dabbled. I treated her to basically like a manicure.
He treats Lexi better than he treats me.
Well, she takes me from A to B. Bro. I don't see you carrying me on your back from A to B.
You're too heavy.
But I can carry you on my back from A to B.
Yeah, but
that's just a double standard. That's why Lexi gets the treatment she deserves.
Carrying you on my back, I might as well try to lift the mountain. It's just never gonna happen.
Well,
never gonna happen.
Well, never would have made it.
Did you realize it was not gonna be the right song?
Yeah, I realized halfway through that it wasn't the right lyrics, but I was like committed to it. And I said, let me continue. Ooh, there were some interesting developments during the week. Apart from my holiday, there were some interesting things popping in the streets.
Yes, tell us.
You want me to tell? No. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and let us. There's been a lot of. I think this week has been a very eventful week on the news and on social media.
Should we start with social media?
Okay, we can start wherever.
Well, we found out who shot Meg.
Yeah, we did. We found out. Well, it was just more confirmed because I guess everyone already sort of thought it was Tory, but it was like, oh, is it? Like, then no one saying anything, and she did an IG live and addressed it. Did you get to see the IG live?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was up at 5 and I saw it, which is unusual time for me because I'd be sleeping. But I was up at 5 and I saw it, and at first I saw like Meg's friend, I think Asian the Brat or something like that.
I don't know who
the
that
Brat
is.
the Asian or something like that or something. coming to her defense. And at first I thought it was her that leaked it, and I was like, why did she go and say something when Meg is not saying something?
Yeah.
And then I found the video of Meg, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's out. Meg said that Tory shot her, and it was an interesting. I was trying to get my first of all, this I do not know what happened in that scenario and situation, but Meg's been getting a lot of what's it called, heat on it. And when I went to the shade room comments at 5 a.m. in the morning UK time, there was like a lot of people in there defending her, like saying, why are all these comments calling her a snitch? And I was trying to scroll down to like do my research and find out like who's calling her a snitch, but I guess I must have missed the initial drop, because apparently a lot of people are getting onto her and saying now she's a snitch for saying something. And first of all, that's not snitching. Anyone who was shot in those comments would have told on the day.
You sang like a canary.
Mm-hmm. And people just be like throwing around snitching, but we're not a part of that life. So what you snitch on? It's not like some like this was a bank robbery that Meg was a part of, and you know she didn't like her cut, and now she's saying something. She was shot by someone, so she's saying something, and she's been quiet about it for this whole time. She could have said something before, is what I felt. So why is there a need to call her a snitch? I didn't think it was snitching. And I heard some going ons behind the scenes, but I'll let you jump in because I'll be talking.
Well, I just feel like people are entitled to tell their story. Sometimes people are not going to like your story, but you know, it's up to you to say your truth. That's the same with my what do you say? Your dog Alcina.
That's not my dog. You talking about my bro Will Smith?
Oh, sorry.
Get it right. Oh, Big Org ain't my dog.
But yeah, just like he was entitled to tell his story. Like I feel like
he should have shut up is what he should have done. But yeah,
I feel like she's also entitled to tell her story.
Yeah, Meg definitely entitled to tell her story.
And so was Og.
Yeah, we're not gonna revisit.
What was his nickname?
Org. Big Org is what I call it. Well, he was made to feel small Org.
No, Will was made to feel small. But anyways, we're talking about Meg.
He got petty and did the diss track, which was mainly
entanglement is when you tangle in the street.
Yeah, which wasn't the best of this track, but it was what it was. He was in his feelings. I understand that.
Okay.
But back to Meg. Yeah, so shot in the foot, shot in both feet, as I recall. But there was like an interesting because it seemed like she got shot in the car, and I don't think Kylie was with her.
No, she said that like she was like 5 minutes away from where she was staying.
Yeah.
And they had already left Kylie's house.
Yeah, so it seems she got shot in the car, got out. Oh no, she got shot walking out of the car.
Yes.
And then got back in the car, and the police pulled them over.
Yeah, I was really confused because from the initial videos, it shows her getting out of the front of the car.
Yeah, so
so the back of the car.
So I think I don't know what happened. There's a timeline missing. I guess we're not really owed no explanation, but I guess there's something where she got shot when she was out of the car. I think that's what she said. Basically,
what she said, there was 4 people in the car. There was her friend, which I think was a girl, Tory, who was sitting at the back, and his security. I'm not sure who was driving.
Yeah, I don't know who.
I can't remember who she said. I think maybe the security was driving.
She said who was driving.
No, because Tory was at the back.
But I don't think she said who was driving.
Anyways, so they were arguing, and then she got out of the car, and and then he shot her in the back of her foot, and then some of the fragments got into the other foot as well.
Yeah, and then from what it seems in the pictures, the police pulled them over, and then she got out of the car again.
Yeah, but from the back of the car.
But yeah, so if she was walking, maybe because she was hurt, she got back in the car. I don't know about what happened there.
I just know, if someone shot me, I'm not getting back in the car with them.
Yeah, but we don't know the full story of why it transpired. We just know that the wrong act happened and that she was shot in the back of the feet. It seems she kept quiet about it when the police came, and then she said the police was like being rude and trying to like find. Obviously, they were trying to find out what happened, but she didn't want to say there was a gun in the car because, the history of that isn't it's not the most promising. If you say there's a gun in the car, there's been past examples where things haven't gone to plan when people have even announced that they have a legal gun in the car. So she didn't say anything, went to the hospital, black people anyway, and didn't say anything, went to the hospital, and still didn't say anything about like who shot her or something. I think maybe they thought it was like glass, or maybe I don't
No,
know.
she said it was glass.
Yeah, or she said it was glass. But what was an interesting revelation from the IG live is that she said Tory's team had been putting out those stories about Meg beating him up or Meg being jealous of him and Kylie, and that's why he defended himself. So that's why she took it upon herself to talk. And then people were calling her a snitch when it was like, well, basically sounded from what she is saying. Obviously, we haven't heard what he said, but it's not looking very good for him. From what she is saying, it sounded like basically he shot her, and she still went on and protected him, or like protected his name, or at least didn't drag him through the streets in the social media, because she could have come out and said this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Or if about Tory's publicist part, if that part is true, he double effed up, because he could have just shut his mouth and done nothing, and she probably wouldn't have gone out and said everything like she did. Because before we were thinking like, oh, maybe it's like a law situation that is stopping her, but it doesn't seem that way. It just seems that she was like maybe they can come to an understanding of why this happened, but he was doing even more stuff to make it like, when sometimes you're the bad person, and instead of taking accountability, you try and like frame it on the other person.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the whole situation is like really sad. I think for her, it's like a lose situation, and like she is the victim in it. She got shot, and then people were calling her out. She finally said what the story is. That's what people wanted, and now people are still calling her out. So sometimes like the life of a celebrity is like really hard. Like you're damn if you don't, and you're damn, what's the saying? You're damn if you don't, you're damn if you do, and you're damn if you don't. Yeah.
That was I think that just recently dropped, like yesterday. Feels like it's been longer, but well, get well soon, mate. I don't know. I was gonna say I hope everything works out, but it seems like
I think her foot is healing up, because she was out partying and people were like coming for her saying like, why are you out partying? Aren't you meant to be healing your foot?
And then she did post a picture of her feet. They did not look in the best of condition after that. It looked painful.
Yeah. But talking about painful situations, I don't know if you saw I think last Monday, Miss R Fabulous Insta's post.
Well, I didn't really follow her, but you made me aware of it.
Yeah, so Miss R Fabulous is a YouTuber who got a BBL, but she's had other surgeries as well. So she's had 3 BBLs. She's had her teeth done and her boobs done, and she got her BBL done in Turkey. And I think the first time she wasn't happy, so she went back. The first time she got arrested, like on her way back to England, like straight off the plane, they came and collected her. So her bum like got infected or something of the sort.
Why did she get arrested?
I don't know. It was like
that was an interesting part of the story.
It was like a beef with another YouTuber or another
it
friend
got her arrested.
Yeah.
Is that the one where she got sliced in the foot?
I don't remember. She's had many beefs, so I can't keep up. Yeah, so like, the bum wasn't right. And then so she went back the second time, and then it still wasn't right, so she went back the third time. But during this time, it's still not right, and now her like leg is like all swollen at the side. I don't even know how to describe it to you. It just doesn't look pretty. But basically, she was just sending a message out to her fans and her followers to say like, you don't need to follow all these celebrities and these Instagrammers and influencers and get your body done. Like, you can go to the gym and like work out like the natural way instead of doing it, because what they don't tell you is that sometimes they've gone underneath the knife like more than once. And I don't know why I'm stuttering, but yeah. I don't know, it was a positive message, but Do you know the girl from
No.
Backchat London?
I searched her up, but I couldn't. She wasn't one of like the main cast.
You stopped
Yeah,
watching it by that
yeah.
time.
So I didn't. When I saw her, I didn't know who she was, but I knew that she was from Backchat. But I heard she was being petty.
Yeah, she was like, so Miss R Fabulous posted this, and then like pretty much straight away, Yasmin Pink, I think that's her name on Instagram. She was like, however, I'm good with mine or something like that. Basically, clearly shading Miss R Fabulous. And then when Miss R Fabulous called her up on it, she was backtracking. So I just thought that was.
I didn't. Well, from one of the posts, it seemed like she put out her number and was like, "Call me."
Yeah, she
That
was
didn't
like,
sound like
no,
backtracking.
but she was like, at first she was like all of this and all of that, and then she was like I saw that she said like, oh, like,
She was sending the indirects.
yeah, she was like, oh, like if you wanna indirect me, then put my name, whatever, but
then that's
you
not an indirect.
no, but you didn't do that in the first place.
I guess.
Like you were obviously shading her in the first place. And it wasn't even a negative message that she was sending. It was just something.
It sounded like they just got past beef before.
Maybe. I don't know.
She was like, oh, well, my BBL came out nice. Well, not mine personally. Would you get one?
No.
You wouldn't?
God bless me.
Oh, is it?
I don't
Apparently
need to go to
blessed
Turkey.
me too.
But yeah, I don't know. And they're cost expensive because in Miss R Fabulous's message, she said she recommends that you get a BBL that's over
3,500.
Yeah.
I was reading them.
And I was like, whoa. Like, I knew they were expensive, but
that doesn't seem like out of the ordinary for me because people be saving up to do this. Some people even try to set up GoFundMe. But
really?
I don't think like you're like, I'm not sure all the rules on those sites, but I've seen some news stories where people try to get like GoFundMe for plastic surgery. That isn't not the plastic surgery for like burn victims and stuff, like optional plastic surgery.
Yeah. But still, that seems like a lot. And she's saying that to do her correction is going to be more than that.
That's how it always happens. Even like with tattoos, when people get like some sort of body modification and it goes wrong, it always seems like it's more expensive to fix it.
It
like,
is,
with
and
tattoo
it takes
removal,
longer.
Yeah, apparently more painful, and it requires many sessions, which a tattoo doesn't require as many. Although it requires sessions, it's not as many as taking off the tattoo and stuff like that. It just seems like once you commit to something, you gotta be all in, and you have to buy it nice, otherwise you gotta buy it twice. Seems like she bought it thrice and still not happy.
She didn't have to pay for. I think she didn't have to pay for the first two, and then she got half price or something like that with the third one.
But that has been my interesting take I've been seeing on social media. With there is I don't think I like it. I wasn't on Instagram before, and I don't think I like it.
Don't like what?
There's just so much like trying on Instagram. Like when I'm trying to search through things, there's models everywhere on the page.
There is.
First of all, and I'm not even following, like, so I don't even know how these are getting suggested to me. But I can imagine being an impressionable kid looking at that and thinking like, this is how I need to be, this is the goals.
But that is the thing. That is the thing. Like even like down to like the Kardashians, Nicki Minaj, and then you have like YouTubers as well. And I feel like more and more YouTubers are.
You know what? Go on.
Are like getting. I was gonna say body mods.
Yeah. Oh, like they're getting plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Something. And to each their own. Like I can't tell you what to do, but I'm taking a stand. Forget about this diet. I need to be a positive role model for all the children who want to be fat.
And just be fat.
Yeah, I just need it,
Forget about a diet.
Yeah, forget about
eating well.
Okay, don't forget about
just
the health consequence. But there's more people that look like me than that look like when we just went shopping, I saw more of me's than I did more of the Kardashians out there.
No, and it's true. And I saw something on Instagram like not too long ago where they were saying like, unless you expect me to get a BBL, you can't expect me to have a big bum, big boobs, and then a flat stomach. Like it's
it's a give and take situation.
It's like not really likely.
But that is the thing. When I'm on Instagram and I wasn't on Instagram before. It's just like there's so much being pushed at you, and so much like everyone is doing the same thing. It seems like on that explore page. Is it explore? Am I getting it wrong? Is it trending? What is it?
Which I don't know which page you're talking
The
about.
page where it shows random people on
Yeah,
Instagram.
explore, yeah.
On that page, there's so much. It's literally the copy and paste same person, slightly different shade, and they're doing the same thing, and they've got the same body type, and even men as well. You're not but usually with them, it's always around workout, and it makes people think that you can sometimes achieve all those bodies through
And
workout. And some of them you can. There are some legit bodies you can achieve through workout, but some of them are lying.
They
Or
be doing their little
they're omitting
sneak.
yeah, they're omitting some of the process. And if you work out and live it, just be happy with yourself, man.
Yeah, and literally, like, some people do be getting like their body naturally, but when you ask them about their diet, they're basically eating nothing.
Yeah, that's also
Like, they're not eating like a healthy diet that you should be eating.
For some people, but some people are. Some people are.
Yeah.
But it just like you just gotta be happy with yourself, and if you want to be healthy, you gotta be healthy for yourself. If you like try and be like, oh, I'm trying to get the RJ Fabulous body, or
Who?
I've just made up a name.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get the RJ Fabulous body or whatever, and this is someone you're admiring, but you don't know that every time he's putting out the workout videos or whatnot, he's going and getting because now you can get the fake abs.
What?
You can get the fake abs. You can get you can get plastic surgery, get the permanent abs.
Like, you can get anything these days.
Yeah, so you can get anything.
Like, even like, this doesn't even go for like girls. It's like men as well, because
yeah.
men be getting those injections in their.
You not seeing the man weave?
I don't see a problem in man weave.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a man weave now.
But I don't see a problem in man weave.
It's fair game. It's fair game.
If girls are allowed to.
So if I show up here next week with an afro, you won't be like, but what happened? You went from the body to the afro. You were just treated normal, like when I see you when you here.
Because if that makes you feel happy, then who am I to say
I understand.
Otherwise?
I don't have a problem with someone getting the man. I don't.
Because if I'm allowed to switch up my hair, then shouldn't you be allowed to switch up your hair? And that makes you. If having hair makes you feel comfortable, then
currently I don't think it's for me. But I don't have another problem with someone. If I saw like my friend got the man weave, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, what the hell you got on your head?"
Yeah, but it might look a little bit strange.
They would have to get a good one.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with like weaves and wigs. If you get a bad one, we're gonna notice.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that. But what I was saying is, some people inject their abs, like their muscles.
Oh, we saw that documentary with two Brazilian bodybuilders. And now they've got like permanent
they can't even tie their shoelace and stuff like that.
He couldn't take off his t-shirt by himself. Like, his brother needed to help him.
And it's just like things like that. You idolize someone, but you don't know what they've done in order to get to the position that they're in. So
definitely.
Like, just for everything in general, like how you look, like what you wear, like the job that you get, just be satisfied in like what you have.
Yeah, you really have to. Otherwise you end up sad and frustrated, like some of the people this week.
Yeah, my mom would say you end up in Bellevue, which is a mental hospital in Jamaica.
I was trying to transition there.
Sorry.
Sad and frustrated, like some of the people this week. The A-level results that was the end of last week, right? The weeks have blended. It was the end of last week, right?
Yes.
They dropped last week. Oh yeah, because we talked about it. They did a U-turn, guys. We heard them cite this podcast specifically as the reason for the government U-turn.
No, they didn't.
Did you not hear? On BBC News, they were like, thank you to BT Small Talk, the gift of the Gab.
They did not say that.
For continuing the protest. So you are welcome, thousands of A-level students. But no, seriously, we are happy for you guys. There was a U-turn. Everyone got their, is it center assessed grade? So their predicted grades from their school and teachers. And now it means a lot of people can go to uni, like this year. And it's a weight lifted off a lot of people's shoulders.
The whole thing is still a mess.
Yes, but back to that. Now the problem has shifted from it being the teachers now having to do extra work when planning for how schools are going to socially distance during COVID and doing the appeals, to now universities. It's the workload has been shifted to universities now having to plan to how they're going to have an excess amount of students in the year when they're meant to be socially distancing. And my question to you was, how do you feel? Because as a teacher, you are understandably a bit worried
Yeah.
about going to school when there was like when especially like during heavy in the pandemic when the school was open, when there was like a lower number of students. Now these university lecturers are going to be dealing with not students who are said to, or children who are said to transmit it less, but like all over 18s, and there's going to be even more of them. And now there's been a cap lifted because the grades have been reversed. How would you feel? How do you feel currently as yourself, and would you feel if you were a lecturer right now?
So I work in a primary school, so that's all under 12-year-olds, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or under 11, actually. Yeah, 11 and under.
Yeah. So it's like a little bit different. It's like, I don't know, I was a bit nervous, but not at the same time. I guess like at that stage of their life, their parents have more control over where they're going and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like uni students,
oh baby, wow,
it's like they be partying and like there's no one really controlling where they're going and stuff like that. And I feel like loads of people feel like coronavirus is finished, it's cancelled, it's done, but it's like not. And so as a like if I was a lecturer, like I'd be feeling really worried, especially if I wasn't old.
Would you have been hoping for the reversal in the grades
if
you were a lecturer, or would you have been selfish and be like, don't give it to them?
I don't know. I don't know how I would feel, because maybe that means a pay rise for them.
It might, but I was thinking when I was reading it and like the woman on the news was talking about it, I was like, oh, I didn't even think about the lecturers. A lot of them must have been like, although the algorithm was unfair, they didn't want the alternative of extra students coming out. And apparently it's caused a problem for basically the unis that would have accepted people on lower places, because now everyone's grades seem to be slightly higher. They've cleared up, and those unis are now like their courses aren't full.
Oh, so you mean like the sports science?
That, like, you know,
or do you mean actual unis?
No, actual unis. I'm sure those courses as well.
Okay.
But like actual unis where, like, you know how, like, for instance, Cambridge is mainly for their subjects like A's and rarely B's, and you might get another one like I don't want to drop anyone's uni name in there, but let me drop like South Bank Uni. I don't think many people have heard. Maybe you have. Like a smaller uni, or a uni that isn't as ranked highly for like the academic performance. Those unis which had lower entry requirements for their courses, they're getting less. More people are like moving away from them because they now have higher grades to go to these other
better uni,
which hasn't happened because usually there's more failures in a year. It's true. Oh, sorry, not failures, but more people who don't get what they want.
That was so hard.
I was tiptoeing around them, and I just called them failures.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, guys.
So
we all
hard.
fail sometimes.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry, guys.
There's more failures.
No, as in like there's more like people
don't
disappointed.
Try to fix it now.
There's more people disappointed with their results.
Said it.
I know.
You've already done said it.
But yeah, but apparently they're not. They're trying to get students now. So how did they? The government has really messed it up.
They really messed this up. Like I'm a firm believer that they should have released the results months ago.
Well, yeah. What was your plan? Give us your step by step.
If I was, who's the Secretary of Education?
William Gavison or something like that.
That's what I was gonna say. If I was him.
Yeah. Right.
Like, he's known since March, and I understand that, you know, there's been other important things that they've had to deal with before that, like trying to get as much children into school as possible, and etc. etc.
Yeah, before you go, we understand hindsight 2020.
Yeah,
so, yeah, but go
on. But I feel like, okay, so you knew since March all of these young people were not going to take their exams. So what was the point of keeping the exam results day
Wait.
the same.
I thought you were giving us your step by step of what your alternative plan is.
This is my alternative plan.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just telling him off right there.
Yeah, no. So no, I'm saying like, what was the point of keeping the exam results
So
day
what
the
would be
same?
your plan?
So I would have released the results in like June, July, because even now that they've done a U-turn in how young people get their results, universities still haven't accepted everyone.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people who don't know what they're doing.
Basically, not enough people haven't done poorly.
Okay.
And basically, not enough people have failed.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down to.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. So they've gone from too many people have failed to the complete opposite
yeah.
where not enough people have. It hasn't followed the
so
same
it's
trend.
like 40% of people failed before, and now 40% of people
there's an
have
increase
passed
in top grades or something like that.
in relation to last year, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And the government basically messed it up. But I understand that the grades weren't meant to stand alone. So obviously you're going to see the increase. But I think my plan, are you done with your plan?
Yeah.
I think my plan for it, when I was thinking about it, I was like, Benjamin for Education Secretary. So in March, when you announce that they're not going to have exams, March or April, you say, okay, we have 30 days from now to do this stupid algorithm and give the results out. We're going to give the results out to everybody. And here's what we're going to say. We're going to say, here's your results. If you're happy with it, fine. There's nothing but unis can't accept you yet. You can just see your grades.
Yeah.
So if you're happy with it, fine. If you're not happy with it, you can revise, self-learn for your exam which would happen at the same time, so June, July, or whatever. Self-revise for your exam in June, July for free and everything, and do the exam. But we're going to lower the grade boundaries for the exam because you're self-learning by, I don't know, what is a reasonable figure. You'll have to do research on it. Like, let's say 10% for each grade boundary is going to be reduced.
I actually was going to say something similar to that, but I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
And I
that
means
my
I
plan.
agree.
And then, so if you're not happy with that grade, you can do the exam. But also the algorithm grade, I don't think should stand alone. I think it should be the algorithm grade. I don't know what percentages it should be. They should use the algorithm grade, the teacher grade, and the mock grade to help them come up with it. Because if you choose just one of the three or two of the three, you're going to get a student who's unhappy because they might perform better on one than the other. So if you do, like, let's say 60% is the teacher assessed grade, like you split up like it's coursework, and then the algorithm just does like 10 or 20%, and then your mock is the other 10, and then that's the grade you get early in April. And if you're happy with that, you can keep it. If not, you can do the exam. Then they wouldn't have seen the backlog.
But what their biggest problem was is that they kept the results day the same.
Yeah.
And had to rush everything. So basically, before they changed to the center assessed grades, those who weren't happy could appeal if their school would appeal, or they could take an exam in autumn once unis had already started. So either way, those people who were not happy were gonna have to miss uni anyways.
So I don't think like I'm not even sure with the plan, because then I don't know, I think you'd have to, basically what they should have done with the grade is play around with it and see what grade like favors the students best, what percentage favors the student best, whether you increase the center assessed grade for it to favor the students, or so that there's not a massive decline, but it kind of follows the same trend of what they were getting, and then see if they're happy with that, and then give them the option. Because now there's going to be some people are going to be okay with starting uni next year if their place is guaranteed, but there's some people aren't going to be okay with that. And I feel it's because they didn't manage to find the sweet spot in the middle of like giving, like satisfying the majority of people.
It just seems like they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't give it.
But like, it's good for the students right now because they get to go to uni and do what they want, but not for all of them who don't get to go when they want to go.
Yeah, that's if they get a place, because some people this was their choice, but they still are not sure if they're actually going to uni this year or not.
Yeah.
So it is a bit difficult. But talking about students, did you see the story about Wuhan, the pool party?
The pool party, yes, I did. I would have. Would you have been vibing at that pool party?
No,
The
not at all.
the ground zero of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
There was bury them in that pool.
I'm
Too many of them.
Listen, I don't want my hair to get wet. No way.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't have been going to any pool party and actually getting in the pool. What's the point of that?
Oh, this is true. This is true.
There was too many people in the pool anyways to swim. So what was the point of that?
Yeah.
And then
I think
Wuhan was the A subject of this pandemic. What's the point of that? Yeah. There's too many no's for me.
The pool party right now is one thing on it. So, but pool party right there, like I feel like you're throwing the middle finger up to COVID. I ain't ready to do that yet.
No.
I don't know when Big Bertha gonna pull up, and I hope she don't. But they seem to be having a good time, but there best not be COVID-20 because of that.
Well, can China travel into England?
I don't even know what the quarantine rules are.
I haven't heard anything about China.
I haven't heard. Yeah, I'm gonna assume no.
I'm gonna assume yes.
You think they can?
Yeah, because look how they were talking about, Spain and Portugal.
I guess
and
America can't.
Trinidad
yet, can America travel here?
I don't know.
I think America, apparently the passport is pretty useless now. Not many countries are allowing
Is
them in.
it? Actually, no, you're right about America.
Yeah, they saw an increase in cases and a lot of countries have. I'm sure it will return, but like right now, you can't really go many places.
But Trump will say that's good.
It was like that for us for a bit because we were pretty high. They reduced our deaths by 5,000. Did you see?
No, I didn't.
They changed the way they counted it.
Oh yeah.
So this is I think the second time they've changed it. So
you have to, if you die within like 2 days of having it, then it's counted. But if not, it's not.
So this new method has like taken the death toll from like 46,000 to 41,000. Obviously, the people are still passed, but I guess it's not written as caused by COVID.
I think what they're trying to do is because England has a really high death rate anyways.
I think we had the highest mortality to population in Europe.
Yeah, and so I feel like what they're trying to do is like, if we do this algorithm,
they got them
decreases by 40%.
They got them stats team like how can we look better?
Yeah.
How can we look better?
And there are going to be some people be like, this makes sense.
I mean, if you close your left eye, it counts free. Yeah, looks right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been all sorts of things coming out because of this pandemic, and another thing that has been coming out has been the constant Zoom fails. Now I'm on Zoom, or I use Teams for work to like have meetings, and luckily I haven't been busted doing anything I shouldn't be doing, or like in an embarrassing moment. But
I just read what you're talking about.
There was a man. This was a meeting. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the meeting properly so I can give it the full justice it deserves. But if you haven't seen this, it is hilarious. There isn't a video because you wouldn't be able to watch the video. But I'll pull up the article. So there was a meeting in Brazil. It was and it was chaired by a member of the Socialism and Liberty Party. Who was having a discussion about, I think it was actually about an important topic, but like some sort of political topic or like some sort of topic about helping people. And one of the participants left the meeting and thought they've ended their chat. They did not. They left their audio and their video on.
Oh my!
And they proceeded to have the SEX on camera in the corner, like of the screen.
No one else cut off.
And it gets better. Well, worse for them, more entertaining for us. So, someone in the meeting notices and signals to someone else in the meeting, like, "Look what's happening."
Oh. So
they notice. The person continues the meeting, doesn't tell them. The meeting goes on for another 4 hours.
Jesus.
They didn't alert them. I don't know.
Wait, but how long were they going on?
I don't know.
Not the whole 4 hours.
It didn't say. It didn't say. But apparently they ignored.
Who gets off a Zoom call and?
I don't know. But Well, when you go off a Zoom call, you're no longer at work. You're in your home. So
But
you do
with
what
the
you want to.
camera open and stuff?
But I think they thought they had ended the chat. And not a lot of people like close their laptops or everything. Some people don't. And some people don't have the tape over it.
But no, with the computers now, they have the light thing to show that you're still on video.
And if you're not paying attention or you just weren't with it, you might miss it.
Jesus.
But
And
this
it's made
person
it to
missed it.
Daily Mail.
Yep. So let me read the
Jesus.
story. So it says it's got a picture of it happening. You can see them circled there.
Oh,
If you can't find it, it's just type in Rio de Janeiro.
is it a black and white person?
I have no idea. They're in Brazil, so they got like tan
Jesus.
complexion. So it says this is the moment one of the participants of a Zoom meeting forgot to turn his camera off and was caught having sex in the background. The meeting was chaired by a member of the Socialism and Liberty Party, Lionel Zola, who continued the discussion despite the scenes being relayed through the video feed.
Jesus.
It was a meeting for the Rio de Janeiro City Council, which local newspaper Metropolis reported was about how to guarantee food for students So it was a serious meeting about how to guarantee food for students.
So he left early, and then he said, "You know what? I'm going to become a bunny rabbit."
In the pandemic, yeah, and yeah. Oh man.
Can you imagine?
The meeting started at 10 a.m. So he was early bird with it. He was an
How
early
do you
bird.
go back to work? I don't think I would have a Zoom call again. I'm quitting the job. I don't care how much money I have saved in the bank. I'm quitting. None of these people would ever see my face again. I have to change my name, everything.
Yeah. The other councillors in the meeting reportedly noticed the scenes but decided to ignore it and continue to discuss the matter. No, this is a testament to their dedication. This is a testament.
None of those people in that Zoom call meeting was his friend.
They were thinking about the students.
That was the devil.
The food for the students.
That was the devil there.
They did him dirty. They could have at least sent him a message.
His phone. Or something.
I don't know if he was there for the whole time. I would want to see the moment he realized his laptop was still on. Oh my
goodness.
That would have been...
I would have passed out. Can you imagine?
This is sad.
Oh my God.
This is sad,
Like, you know what gets me embarrassed? Like, if I walked out the toilet with like tissues on my shoes or something, on
your shoes,
that would piss me off for the whole day.
Oh.
Like, especially if I've gone around like half an hour with the tissue on my shoes and no one said anything, or something in my teeth from lunch.
Are you someone who says something to people when they have like something on them?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you. Some people don't, and I don't appreciate it.
If
I've got like spinach in my teeth, let me know.
Yeah.
Don't let me walk around like this.
Yeah, some people don't, but sometimes it can be awkward. Mm-hmm. So depending on who it is, like one of the boys at work, he had bogies in the nose.
You got a booger.
He was talking to me for a while. I said, no, I can't let this go on.
Yeah, you gotta say you got a booger. Look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're here now. I don't want to look at it, so let me just tell you that it's there. And maybe I won't. If it's something where it's not very obvious, I might not tell you in a public setting where like we're talking as a group so everyone can look.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, or I'm gonna shoot you a message if I have something, or I'm just pull you to the side. Look, you got a booger right there.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to take care of that. If you don't appreciate it, all means you walk around with your booger. I did my job, but I appreciate people who let people know about the imperfections.
They should have let him know, man.
They should have.
But they didn't. But you know what is worse? They made it go to news.
I think it might have been like, maybe it was like live stream because it was the council. Who knows? I don't know how it got how it got online.
The embarrassment. How do you live that down? You're basically Kim Kardashian now.
Zoom in the pandemic has been giving us some classic content. Luckily for him, it looks like he's a bit blurred. He's a bit far from the camera. But I'm sure the people in that area know who he is. Like his workers definitely know who he is.
That is a sad day. Sorry to that man.
Yeah.
Kiki Palmer's voice.
She said that?
Yeah, have you not heard? Like, I don't know if I'm going to sound ridiculous, but I don't know who this man is.
Oh.
He could walk past me and I wouldn't know a damn thing. Sorry to this man. No. Have you never heard that?
No, I haven't.
So when I said it like ages ago, you were just like,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I hadn't heard it.
But yeah, did you watch that video with those two girls?
Which ones? That's how a lot of videos start.
About the NBA players. The girls who.
Oh yes,
Do you know who I'm talking
I
about?
did. Yeah,
You sent me the video.
yeah. That's why when you say, "Did I watch the?"
Oh.
Yeah, I was like thinking, is there another video? I did.
What podcast were they on? Do you know?
No Jumper.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday, and
Fathers be in your daughters' lives.
jeez,
You got words?
if you thought the WAP video and the song was one thing, what they were saying is a whole nother earth. It's not even this earth. It's a whole nother earth.
Oh, but they were comfortable. What was surprising was like she was like to her friend. Oh, first of all, we should preface it with what was going on. They're like, these people are listening like, what the hell are they talking about? So basically, Selena Powell, I believe, woman to the stars, I will call her. She seems like she's been with many celebrities.
Yeah.
And her friend were on the No Jumper podcast where she was telling about how her friend performed some fellatio on 7 NBA players on her birthday.
Yeah, and more. It wasn't even just that.
And more. But yeah, look at me. I was trying to use correct words so the video still stays up.
Okay.
But yeah.
What's the name of the girl with blonde hair?
Which one? The one that was telling the story?
No, there was one with black hair.
The one who did the act?
Who did those acts.
Oh,
and
okay.
then there
So
was
Selena is the one, the friend of the one who did the act.
Friend of the one who... So Selena's the blonde hair one. Anyways, guys.
The one with tattoos is Selena.
I don't remember who had tattoos. I just remember the hair. There was one who was next to the wall with blonde hair.
Yeah, Selena. Yeah.
And she just sounds like a dumb blonde. Like I don't know. Like one with brunette. I think she was brunette or black hair. She was saying her business, but she was keeping it more of her business rather than outing people. No. Whereas the blonde hair girl was like, "Girl, just saying, just saying." Just girl, can you just say it?
She was like, she's being super shy right now, and I was like, "This is shy. This is shy." Oh my god,
it was, guys. This is a video you have to watch by yourself with headphones on, no children around, no parents around. Like,
oh, you showing how much of a
and maybe because I'm a prudy Judy. Oh. Like this was a bit too much for me. But she was talking about she was doing the do with one NBA player. And then the rest of them said, "Oh, hello, pop up." 7 of them now.
Yeah.
And now she's licking their lollipop.
Yeah, that's what she did. That's what she
one
did.
By one.
Yeah, one by one. Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Well, that was her truth, and she was sharing her truth.
But it wasn't. And then the blonde girl was saying about golden showers and what is the other thing called? So not a golden shower.
A Cleveland steamer.
Is that what it's called?
What, poop?
Yeah.
I think so, something like that.
She wouldn't mind a what?
I don't know if it is, but that's what I've preferred.
The opposite to the golden shower. Yeah. She wouldn't mind the opposite of the golden shower happening. But that wasn't. She just wash it off, and
that wasn't the main part of what she was saying. She was. Although the interview was there was a lot of explicit content, maybe not for everyone's ears, but there was some allegations in there.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just so like
you were caught up in the weeds.
Wait, I just one more before you talk about the allegations. Brunette was talking about how she's got a normal job, right? And then the interviewer was like, "Not anymore."
And she's like, "But no, you still."
Yeah, and she's like, "No, I don't think so. Like anything's gonna happen." He's like, "Okay," because she's an accountant.
She works at an accounting firm. I don't know what she does.
She's studying housing. I think she said she's studying something, and then she has an OnlyFans, and then she's talking about this. I mean, if I was her employer, she wouldn't be employed by me anymore.
But why? That's her personal life.
It's on YouTube. There's a reason why you delete everything when you get into your professional job.
Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate. Maybe employers should just be
really, that's the type of person that you would want working for you.
Well, they're not going to be doing that.
Oh no!
As long as they get, what if they are the best accountant you've seen?
I don't want them.
Books. Even help. They balanced all the books for you. They got the money rolling in, rolling out. But on their side life, they like to dabble in a little bit of peen.
A little bit.
Yes.
A little bit.
Let's see how it's play out.
There was a lot of it.
Oh, okay, a lot of bit of peeing.
There was a lot of it.
Um,
With no shame. And you know what? Yeah, I don't knock anyone if that's the type of activities you want to do in your free time.
but she's a grade A accountant.
Listen, if that's the type of activity she wants to do in her free time, obviously
It does seem detrimental to her job.
I don't know.
I don't know if
I
it
just,
should be, but it does.
personally, I feel like in a few years when she's looking back at those
Nah,
interviews,
there won't be
and
no regret.
when she has kids and stuff, like
No regrets.
Oh.
These I was gonna say I'll put my old people teeth in. This generation don't care about regrets, but as if I'm not part of them.
Okay.
But I think that will be the interesting part when a lot of people have kids and
all these stuff that
and
they
these
do now.
OnlyFans videos are there on the internet forever. They've been downloaded, shared, passed around, and now your kids gotta go to like secondary school and like,
I mean, like, Mama, ain't that you?
oh
And you have to be like, no, that ain't me.
yeah. Oh, that's when reality will set in. But
I don't
until then,
know.
I will watch the reality show, which is people's lives, and be like, oh, nice. That's not my life.
Yeah, but now about the allegations.
Oh, yeah. She, because there was what did she say?
She said that Trey Songz did a golden shower on her, like peed on her by accident.
Forcefully or something, like it wasn't allowing her to leave. These
Oh,
are all
yeah,
allegations. Yeah, these are all allegations, but it did seem to crop up, bring up a lot of or a few allegations against him in the past. Like there was, I guess, once one thing drops on the internet, a lot of the internet researchers do their digging and bring up things.
Everything moves fast.
Because I even saw it on like the Breakfast Club. They were saying as well. I forgot her name now. Oh, BB Rexa. I think there was an incident at a party that she was talking about in an old interview where she said I think he tried to forcefully kiss her or something at a wedding, but he was there with his own date, and like this was like around. I don't know what happened, but that's what the gist of it was. And then he did reply back as well and saying that like these allegations are baseless as well. But it just seems oh, there's even more to the story, but like when things happen, I'm just glad I'm not the court or I'm not the jury or the judge, because I don't know, like you don't want to dismiss people's claims, and you also don't want to forcefully say something if someone's doing something when you don't know. So,
but Keke Palmer did say something similar.
But that is the thing. Sometimes when the allegations build up, it's like when do you stop towing the line and be like,
you're doing something wrong. Not everyone can be saying one thing and then
because I think that happened with Bill Cosby, because his allegations didn't come up all at once, and he had like, I don't know, 30 or 50 something allegations against him. At first, I think the first few people were like, you still gotta hear this side, but when there was like a lot about him, it was like, even though this hasn't gone to court yet, this is not looking good, Bill.
Yeah.
And I don't think Trey Songz is on that level, but even one is bad. But
it's like when it starts to become like another and then another and then another, and your name is always pictured in that light.
Yeah, although like we don't know, or you could very well be. It just I guess I don't know why I'm talking. Let me let you talk.
No, it is hard, but then it's like you don't want to tell anyone like, oh, they're lying and they're just using it for clout. But then there are situations where some girls or even male as well do it for clout. So it's like in this day and age, it's like really hard to tell the truth from the fake, and the fake from the truth. Is like you kind of have to,
because an incorrect accusation could damage someone, and also ignoring a true allegation could be really damaging too.
Yeah, it
and
could.
Like you said, I think Kiki had one from the past, or like she has been outspoken about like an incident or maybe incidents. So if you care to elaborate.
I can't. I think she was at a party and she was like drunk.
Oh.
And I can't remember what she said he did. Do you know?
I don't remember particularly, but with the two girls, Selena and the other one, I remember them saying that they said he held their purse and their phone over a balcony and like, you can't leave.
Oh yeah.
And they were just there, and they said they were like on drugs, and it didn't really sound like they were in the best place to be to being they didn't like when they were explaining some of it, they didn't sound like they completely were like, oh, this bad thing happened, but they kind of they were kind of, it sounded like they were trying to say something negative had happened. I didn't see the full what's it, because there
Interview?
was two videos.
Oh, there was two.
There was there was a second one posted, but that also went into Tory lanes as well.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't sound like they were in the full. What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm trying to say either. It didn't sound like they were in a full place to consent. From what they were describing, they sounded like they were like, we were heavily on drugs and stuff, and this happened, but and like, you know, he peed me. I didn't really want it, but it happened.
See, I didn't even get it like that.
But that's how like one side can take it.
Yeah.
But to them, if they were like, okay, that is fine with them, then is that fine? I guess if the person says,
Yeah, because
that's okay.
when she was explaining it to me, she was like, "Oh, like it happened. I didn't really know. Like I didn't really like it, but
Yeah,
like it was like, like
that's what I was
she
trying
was
to
saying it. She was saying it so willy nilly. Like, was it like you? It was hard to tell. Like, was it a problem for her, or did she not really care?
Yeah, that's. I think that you asked it better. What I was trying to say is exactly what you said. You couldn't
Decipher, like you couldn't decipher, like if it was a problem or if she cared.
didn't care.
Yeah.
But later, I think I read on Twitter that she went on the Selena one. When Trace Songz replied, she went back and saying that and she like doubled down and was like, actually, April the 6th, this is what you did to me, and I've got proof and stuff of it. And if you think I'm just saying it for thing, I wasn't. I kept it quiet for 2 years. But on the interview, it didn't seem that way. But but what she was saying does seem to fall more within the second time. It did seem to fall more within the allegations of other women as well.
Yeah, and it didn't help that the blonde girl was like, "Oh, girl, can you just say it? Can you just say it?" And it was like that kind of undermined the seriousness and gave it like a different kind of tone to what she was saying, because they weren't like the most serious of people anyways. It wasn't like how Keke Palmer said it.
Yeah,
it was like more like, oh, I don't give a, like, I'll just say it.
And I think because of the way that interview, even if it was something serious, a lot of people wouldn't have taken them seriously because of the nature
how
of the
they
interview.
said it.
Yeah.
And it because it was like, oh, and I did X, Y, and Z with 7 people at a time, but you know, I'm used to them.
But even still, a wrongdoing is still a wrongdoing.
It is, yeah.
No
matter what you've done.
If you say you don't want something and something happens, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
But we don't know what really happened. What happened, but we just know that there's been multiple allegations, and well, I guess
it was interesting to see the minds of
2 carefree women.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I guess they were just like living their life, and that's what they
unapologetic.
Yeah, they were unapologetic about the life that they were living. But it was I guess eye opening. For you to see that. Is that what you're trying to?
It is. It's like,
but
because obviously that's not the life that like I live or I would want to live, or you know, but I also, if that's the life that other people choose to live, then that's, you know, on them. That doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see how other people's minds are set, because I don't think they're much older than us.
I don't think so. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not. Probably not. Yeah, probably not much older than us. But yeah. But as for the allegations and stuff, I guess we'll let the courts and stuff handle it. Because
is it going to court?
I don't know if it does, or like if anyone needs justice, and you know, if it goes to court, because it's really hard to weigh in on something when you don't know like what is really happening.
Yeah.
But we hope. I guess I'll just be saying, I hope it works out for the best. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, it's because it's hard, because you don't even know if she even cares that much.
If I say something now, and then I'm wrong as well, then I'm making someone else look bad when I didn't know. And I'm just here to, you know.
Yeah, we're just weighing in from what we could see. Yeah. And see.
But yeah, so that was what was on the news as well. I was trying to be extra careful not to drop anyone's name in that and say something out of pocket.
But can you imagine like doing the do and then like your friends just walk
You
in and be
still-
like, oh, like
You
let's
really
all
showing
join.
your.
Let's all join in. Let's have a
Alright.
contractlet. No, what's the eight?
I'm surprised you wanted to bring this back
Yeah.
up, knowing who listens to this.
Oh.
But
Well, it's not my mum. It's yours.
More power to you.
You're the one that brought this story to my attention.
I asked you
Guys,
if you wanted to.
he texted me. He said, do you want to talk about this? And
Because I know how you are.
I was with kids, right? So I opened up. I opened up
That's your own fault.
the YouTube link, not knowing what they're going to talk about, because this is not something that he normally sends me, right?
That is your own fault.
And the interviewer starts off, how do you guys know each other? From a threesome? And I said, oh, Jesus!
First of all, to preface this, I sent her the link. I shared it with her with the YouTube channel name, which was Selena Powell's friend reveals she sucked 7 NBA players off. Basically, that was the title. So you should have read the title.
I just never expected it.
And I gave you the courtesy because I was like, maybe she doesn't want to talk about this on the podcast. I'll run it past her. I don't really mind. But if she doesn't, I'll let you decide. And you decided you
guys,
did.
you know when you just never expect it. You just never expected it. And you just click the link and then you're like, whoa.
It was pretty full on, wasn't it?
I nearly dropped the phone the way I tried to cut off. I tried to X the phone.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing my phone was turned down because, how embarrassing would that be?
Yeah.
That would be more embarrassing than the Zoom call.
Oh, it would be more embarrassing than the knockout on the tube.
Oh, yes.
I didn't even... Well, there was a video going around. You sent it to me, actually.
Yes.
Brightened my day up. It was not...
He was fully deserving of the punch.
He was deserving of it. He was deserving of the punch.
So, guys, we're talking about the British man who got knocked out on the tube, basically. I don't know if you guys saw it, but you can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, he was being racist.
Yes.
As usually these videos start. And people were like, you know what, you need to shut up. I think there was a woman there saying you're out of order and stuff like that. And there were some people getting off the train.
Yeah.
And he was there. I don't know if he was drunk or not. He didn't seem to be fully, the liquid courage sometimes gets these people a bit riled up. But I'm not sure if he was drunk or not. Regardless, he was being racist. So his true colors were coming out. And some people were getting off the train. One of them stood, looked at him on the way off the train, and gave him like a right hand, and he went to sleep.
It was just like, and then on the floor.
Because 3 of them were walking. I didn't know where the punch was gonna come from. I knew it was coming from the title of the video. I was like, all right, who's gonna deliver the blow? I thought maybe they're gonna jump him, because he was talking that
that ish.
Yeah, he was talking that ish, and sometimes you be talking that, and you gotta be ready for the consequences. I know some people are gonna be like, but all he said is words, freedom of speech. But sometimes
freedom of punch.
Yeah, sometimes you have to know that some things you say have consequences, and you don't get to choose how other people react. And I'd be telling people that although you might say something with words and be like, yes, you shouldn't hit me because I'm using my words. You can't dictate how other people react to what you say. So you gotta move around accordingly. And he wasn't moving around accordingly, and he got slept on the train. If you haven't seen that, type it in TMZ anywhere, you'll find a racist British man knocked out on the tube. And
guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny.
It was
was just funny to
I wonder
see
what happened
how
to him
he
afterwards.
was talking. I think he had to go in an ambulance and stuff. Like people were trying to help him. Like he was like talking. No, people were talking. He was talking, and then the guy just went boom.
Yeah.
And away he went.
Yeah, he went to sleep.
Cloud 9.
Yeah, he went to sleep. And you know what? If he had sat in his seat and wasn't talking, that wouldn't happen. But actions have consequences. Not everyone would have reacted the same way, but you can't choose how people react. So
yep.
I think
I bet you won't do it again.
Maybe he will, and maybe it'll take a couple more for him to get straight with it. But
I mean, you know what they say:
he learned
who
his
don't
lesson
hear
that day.
must feel.
Mm-hmm. Say that again. That's
who
the quote of the day. We're giving it to you
must
early.
feel.
Yeah. even with more, there's actually been some more. Well, there's actually been some more like people saying things that they shouldn't be saying this week. And did you hear about the Reds baseball announcer?
Oh yeah,
I
I did. At first, I was like, I didn't hear anything. I had to watch about 3 times because it was like, I think he didn't know that the mic was on or something.
He
so
didn't know the mic was on. And do you remember what he said? We're not going to repeat it, but
No.
the British word for a cigarette, basically.
For a cigarette.
Oh, come! How you live in
British
Britain?
word for a cigarette.
And it's a homophobic slur.
For a cigarette.
Begins with F.
Oh.
Yeah, he said that. Like he said that on air. Basically, and he was saying basically these are from this town or something like that. Something he said something. I'm not gonna repeat that, but and he didn't know he was on air. He quickly realized he was on air and proceeded to give the worst apology in the history of apologies.
Yeah, and he looked all teary-eyed. To me, his eyes looked red. Like once he realized that he had said it.
He gave literally the worst apology ever. And what made it even more hilarious, his apology. I think I should play. I don't know if I can do it justice. I think I might have to play it just to really give you this. Did you watch the full apology?
No,
okay.
I was like,
okay.
You get what you got.
So he said something capitals of the world.
Reds Live, the pregame show presented by Ray St. Clair Roofing. 3-0 ball game with the Reds in front of the Royals. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Castellanos to lead things off. Jim Day's going to be taking us the rest of the way through this game as Holland takes over on the mound. I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I'm going to apologize for the people who signed my paycheck, for the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with, for anybody that I've offended here tonight. I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am. That is not who I am and never has been. And I'd like to think maybe I could have some people that could back that up.
So, we're going to play a game here. How many mistakes did you spot with that apology? I'll allow you because you were taking down notes for something. But there were so many mistakes with the apology. First of all, maybe this is a testament to his work ethic. After he used the slur, he didn't even need to go on the internet to realize he's about to be getting some hot water. He was like, I need to apologize now. So he begins to apologize. Midway through the apology, someone hits a home run, and he switches from the apology to reporting about the home run and talking about it. Funnily enough, the home run ball lands in like an area of the baseball pitch, and there's a banner there that says "Judgment Free Zone." But then he switches back to his apology and continues apologizing after reporting about the home run. And his apology starts off with, "I'd like to apologize to the people who signed my paychecks."
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, this guy does not even know how to. He can't even apologize, right? He can't even apologize, right? And that seemed to be his main focus. Not that he had said something offensive, but that he was gonna get fired, and
that he's gonna put his people in hot water as well.
Yeah, that Fox was gonna be in hot water for it, and
does he mean Fox as in Fox News kind of people?
I think like the Fox
industry,
like corporation.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he really flubbed that apology. He did.
Yeah.
Definitely did. So that is a how to and how not to apologize.
Yep.
Just say you're sorry and mean it. But he did.
He didn't mean it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, this is true.
He's just saying sorry because he got caught,
Exactly.
not because he was sorry about the words that he said, because he just said it like 5 seconds ago. And he was probably like, oh damn, I'm on the air.
Let me say his name was Tom Brenneman. If you were looking for the video, Tom Brenneman. But some people don't learn. Some people don't take my advice here. I've been telling these people to just shut up, but they don't be listening.
Don't be listening. Well, Trump for sure doesn't listen.
No, he doesn't listen to much at all, apart from his own voice.
Loves the sound of his own voice.
Yes, he does.
Loves it. Well, for one, he can't be saying Joe Biden is Sleepy Joe anymore.
I bet he still will be.
Bet you next week, because
he's got a new nickname.
He's got his own whatever the Democrat party was doing.
Yeah, he's got his own like Republican convention.
Yes, that's it. Coming up next week, so we'll see how they try to hit back.
I think it's going to be so ugly.
So ugly.
Like it's going to be just a real mess. They're going to be attacking people personally. I think they're going to more than cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to take the high road.
Yep.
And it's going to produce some content, isn't it?
But do you know when Trump talks, you can tell when he's talking to script, and then you can tell when he's talking like freelancing. The way he like says his words starts to change, and then he starts repeating stuff as well.
Yeah, he says a couple of words really funny, like China, and you have to hold your fingers, like pinch your fingers,
and with your mouth like that as well.
Yeah, make your lips square and say China. That's one thing I picked up. But
yeah, no, Trump is funny, and what I did find funny this week is the video of Melania and him walking off the. Oh, is that not her name? Melania.
No.
Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I thought I said it wrong. Walking off the
Air Force One.
Air Force One, when she's like trying her hardest not to hold his hand.
But she did hold it later. I saw the video you were talking about. It did look at the beginning like it was hard to decipher whether it was a hand pull away or a hand hold the dress.
No, she's done it before though. She's done it before where she's like obviously not trying to hold his hand.
I think the agreement right now is just to see him through to the end of his presidency, and then you can go and do what you want.
You know what? I don't even think she's going to vote for him in November.
I wonder how. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she's getting paid to stay. Because she doesn't seem like she's happy.
Yeah, and it like when they did hold hands eventually, it was kind of like, if I must kind of thing. So it's like
Trump is in hot water everywhere, even in his own bedroom. That's what it seems like, and hope he loses in November. I know not my election, but I still do hope he loses.
Yeah. Did you know Joe Biden has a stutter?
He did.
No, did you know?
But no, I didn't.
Okay, so
I heard.
Oh, okay.
But no, you said he has one. But when I heard the news report, it said he had one as a child, but they said he overcame his stutter. Because I haven't heard him stutter.
I've never heard him stutter, but they do say like people who do stutter don't completely 100% get rid of it. Like
Maybe
it
not.
can come up. Like, 'cause my uncle stutters. And like most of the time he doesn't, but like once or twice, you will hear him like stutter on a word.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like necessarily like the same sound of word or anything. It's just like occasionally he will stutter.
That reminds me of every time I hear about. I think is a stutter and a stammer the same?
A stammer, I think so.
Because that reminds me of like the Educate in Yorkshire, that boy with the headphones. And he had really like his stammer was like I don't know how to describe it, but like it was like every other word, like it seemed.
Yeah.
And the English teacher decided like, oh, why don't you try it with headphones?
Yeah.
And like there was like a drastic improvement
Yeah.
in like his speech. Like I guess because he wasn't focusing on talking and he was kind of distracted.
Yeah, by the music. That did make
Yeah,
me
that was.
cry.
I saw.
You know, I
Some,
shed a few
some
tears.
sometimes I pull that video up on YouTube, like when I just want a feel good moment. Like,
Do you know what I do on YouTube?
What?
Sometimes I just type in like soldiers coming home.
Me too. I thought I only
Yay!
watched that. I bet you we watched the same. Have you watched the one, the Valentine's Day one, where it's like the music's like, dun, 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 and he walks into the cinema and he stands like outside
Oh no.
the cinema, outside the theater, and then the woman runs and jumps and hugs him.
No.
But there's someone in the way at the camera at the time his like girlfriend runs, so you see the after, and it's like, we came on this journey.
Oh no.
You need to watch that one.
I haven't watched that one, but like I've watched loads. Like just this week, I was meant to be going into the shower, and I sat on the sofa like for half an hour crying over these.
Every few months, I have one of those soldiers coming home. I'm not in the army, but I just be feeling when they coming home, the family's excited.
I'm like sitting there crying. I'm like,
I even watch them coming home to their pets. The pets
that
are
one
so...
don't get me as much.
No. Have you seen the pets ones?
Yeah.
Oh, but the dogs are so excited. The dogs are so excited.
Dogs act like that with anyone, but it's
not
like
anyone actually.
It's like I watched the one where they weren't coming home, but the daughter was graduating.
I watched it.
And
was it the mom?
No, the daughter was graduating, and so was the dad.
Oh, okay.
On the same day, but the dad was like, I can't remember what his classification was going to be, like something high up there. And he didn't go to his graduation so that he could be at hers. Aww. But they did a little thing for him, and it was just so cute. Aww. Like I was like there, like bawling, and they were there bawling, and I was like, ah.
I watched the one where the daughter surprised the mom. The daughter is in the army and she surprised the mom at her graduation. Oh. Like she didn't think the daughter would make it.
Yeah.
And like they announced like, oh, woman, turn around.
Yeah.
And then there's the daughter like holding flowers and everyone's jumping in.
I know.
I think it's a secret. I think more people watch those videos than care to admit. Because,
I think so.
Because you're the first person I've bumped into that have openly admitted that you've watched the Soldier Coming Home compilation. But I think they've got a good amount of views.
Do you know what? If you need a good cry, for whatever reason it may be, just watch a few of them and you'll be crying like a baby. For no, you could be in the happiest mood ever, and all of a sudden
they make me
crying.
feel good. They give me a feel good.
Of course,
feeling.
You don't cry.
No.
But me, I'll be crying like a baby. I'm like, oh my god, this is so happy.
Yeah. It does have a good feel good impact. Has that about summed us up for today?
That has.
Okay. Well, how you doing? I'm starting it again. No. Sign us out.
With a quote?
Oh yeah.
So, the quote of the week is, what happens in the dark must come to light.
Ooh.
It's a Bible verse.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, my iPad has died, so I can't tell you which one.
Okay. Okay, that's a solid quote. So be careful what you do in the dark, guys.
Yes, and that is influenced by Joe Biden's speach. He was talking about a lot of darkness and lightness.
Yeah. Light defeating dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again for listening. This has been a longer episode than usual, so I hope you enjoyed. You don't have to listen to it all at once. The pause button is there for a reason. But thank you again for tuning in. And we've been Ben and Tia. Follow
Tia and Ben.
And Tia and Ben and Tia. Follow us BT Small Talk. That's BT Small Talk. I was about to spell it, and halfway through I was like, this is very easy to spell.
That's BT Small Talk. Do you know what that reminds me of? You know the Ghostbusters? Like they used to like, oh no, it's not even the Ghostbusters. Like on actual TV, I haven't watched TV in ages.
Yeah.
Where they used to like, I don't know. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, that's BT Small Talk on all social media, and subscribe to our podcast on everywhere podcasts are found. Subscribe to us on YouTube and review our podcast on Apple and any other podcast app. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adios.